I guess it's me, Marcelo. I just wanted to talk about a method I've been using that helps me get stuff done, despite a lot of recent changes in my life that weren't really my choice. Um, this is a method that is actually used pretty often in addiction psychology, and I'll explain how it's used. It's not necessarily to directly combat addiction, but it's something that like I feel most people could honestly apply to their lives, and it helps you be a little bit more productive. Um, so like just as an example, right? Somebody who is trying to combat an alcohol addiction, they should go to therapy twice a week, right? They should go to Alcoholics Anonymous. They should go through medication assisted treatment. They should stop drinking alcohol. Probably the hardest part, right? And the thing is, a lot of psychiatrists, right, they tell them to do all these things. There's probably more that I'm missing, but the point is, right, that they get a lot of tasks to do throughout the week, and some of them are harder than others, and a lot of times they just end up doing none of it. And we, that's what we're here to avoid, obviously. And so what we're gonna do, right, is we're gonna take all these tasks, we're gonna go through them one by one. But for all of them, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna decide if you can do it. You don't have to do it like at the beginning of the week or something like that. But at some point, you're gonna look at the task and you're gonna decide if you can do it. Right? Go to therapy twice a week. Right? And you decide I don't really think I can do that. So that's okay. A lot of the times, your mind will be like, oh, if I can't go twice a week, then it's not worth it to even like begin. But we're gonna take a step back from that, and we're gonna say we're gonna do the next best thing, right? Go once a week. Go once a week. And then like when it comes to Alcoholics Anonymous, do you think you decide that you don't really think you can go to Alcoholics Anonymous? Maybe you don't want to talk to all those people. That's fine. Maybe you can try taking some of the steps by yourself, right? Um, maybe you can try doing something by yourself. Right? You don't have to do it for every task. I don't know what difficulties really come with medication-assisted treatment, so I wouldn't really know how to cut it up. So for this case, we're just gonna say that you're fine with doing that. Oh, right. You can also do it more than once, right? Stop drinking alcohol. That's probably really hard for somebody who has a strong addiction. And also, like, if you quit cold turkey without any help, you could even die. So that is a pretty big indicator of how hard this is. Okay. So let's say instead of not drinking alcohol at all, what about, you know, not during the weekend? And you don't have to stop there. For all these tasks, whoa. For all these tasks, you can cut it up again, right? So weekends too much. Okay, there's a party at some point during this week. Don't drink alcohol during that party. Right? Maybe one day, something like that. And the whole point of this is to A, be able to do as much as you can do, or as much as right as much as you think you can do. And B, it's also to stop the opposite of this, which I can illustrate it better with like an assignment, right? Like let's say you have an essay to write, right? So you have an essay to write, right? And it's like your professor's a sadist, so it's 15 pages. Your professor is actually evil, and it's 15 pages. You have time to do it, but it's like 15 pages. And what a lot of people will say is like, oh, just get started, right? Like just do a little bit. Um, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but I just want to illustrate to you something. Um, right? So when we look at the task, right, so on the right you have doing nothing. On the right you have doing all of it. I don't know about you. I can't typically get myself to do a 15-page essay, but you know, the point is, if you decide to do the just getting started thing, yes, there is some backing to say that this does push you to do a little more than just start, because at the end of the day, the hardest part is getting like your books out and getting the document open and setting up the MLA or APA format, right? So at that point, right, writing one sentence, writing one sentence is just about as difficult as writing 2 or 5 sentences. And the point I'm trying to make with that is that like even though like right from here we could go to 5 sentences just fine. The point is that when we cut this up, there's there's a range of things that you're willing to do. And when you start from here, you're gonna find the minimum, right? Despite the fact that right, like you might stop at one sentence, despite the fact that you could do 5 just as easily. Um, Whereas here, right, like if you have like this mindset, you might stop at 1 page. Because from here, you're finding the maximum that you can do. It's not the maximum that you should do, because otherwise we would ignore everything to the left of here and just force yourself to write a 15-page essay in a day, which, enough said. The point being that if you like take this into account when you're setting up a lot of your tasks, I've used this daily, and even like the past few days I've wanted to record this video, and right, so record video. Right, so like 3 days ago I went down a few steps because like this wasn't really a high priority for me, and so it's not like I was super motivated to like do everything and record the video on one day. I just wanted to do it. And so I went back a few steps and I was like, okay, let me do some research, right? That's the first step for this. Let me do some research. Some like extra research to back up some of what I've said here. And right, and then the next day I I cut it up again. And I was like, okay, let me actually the first day I was deciding on a topic. Then the next day I did the research. And then after that, it was just um, Like, oh, set up what you need to record the video. Just tape my camera to where I want it in case I want to use it. I tried using the camera and decided not to. And leave Microsoft Paint open. I have my recording software set up already. I have everything else set up already. Boom, right? So like now I'm here. And then here, right, I could have decided to like just start and like maybe record like part of the video. Or maybe just plan out the video. But, you know, I found that with all this, I could simply just start recording, right? Plan it, start recording. And that's an example of something that's lower priority, right? Like there was no rush to post this. But you can do this with things that are higher priority, like that essay. And if you can get away with maybe doing 1 page a day, convincing yourself to do 1 page a day and getting past that trap of like, oh, but if I can't do the whole thing, then it's not worth it. Your brain is good at one thing. There's your brain. And what it's good at is, let me write some grooves in there because you're not dumb. Right? Your brain has many riches because you're an intelligent person. Your brain's good at being efficient in the sense of, and the rest of your body is good at being efficient in the sense of like it does not want to waste its energy. And it'll try to tell you, well, if I can't get all of this done, it might as well not be done, right? If I only sent him a 1 page essay, it's still an F. And thus, I don't want to do any of it because it's going to be a waste of my time. It's going to be a waste of my energy because I can't do the whole thing. And so, the first thing here, right? If we're trying to get past that mindset, and then we can, like, you can do this passively if you like really try to get past this mindset, right? You can just passively think about this. You don't have to like write anything down. You don't have to like put this much thought into it. But that's easier said than done. So when I've been writing like a little to-do list every day, and I do it just like this with better handwriting because I don't write with my mouse. Because that helps you make that helps you make this new thinking process that you might not have used before a lot more concrete. That's all I really wanted to share with you. I also have some other stuff that I use, and I might post about it another time. Thank you.